He's not going to tell you this, so I will. Last night, he did the thing he always does. He did something cruel. You reacted. And somehow, by the end of it, you were the one apologizing. Again. Except this time, at 2 in the morning, something in you went quiet. And you blocked him. Every app, every thread, the number 2. Right now, you feel like you overreacted, like you did something crazy. You should know that feeling isn't yours. He installed it. I'm going to walk you through one full year, day 1 to day 365. What happens in your apartment and what happens in his head. Because by the end of this, he's going to reach for you one last time. And you won't care. That part is true, you just don't believe it yet. So let's start where it hurts. Day 1. You wake up and reach for your phone before your eyes are open. Muscle memory. For a year, checking his mood was the first thing you did every morning. Reading his texts like weather. Is today a good day or a bad day? That job just ended. The silence feels like a mistake. It isn't. It's withdrawal. Not from him, from the job. Now here's what he's doing on day 1. He's not sad. Remember that. He's offended. Toxic ones don't experience a block as heartbreak. They experience it as insubordination. Somewhere across town, a man is staring at message not delivered, the way a manager stares at an employee who left without permission. His first feeling isn't, I lost her. It's, how dare she? Day 3. You've written him 4 messages you didn't send. 2 of them were apologies. Listen to that again. He hurt you, and your drafts folder is full of your apologies. That's the training talking. Keep not sending them. Meanwhile, he's not silent. He's just not talking to you. He's talking about you. He's already told 2 friends his version of that night. In his version, he's calm and you're unstable. In his version, he doesn't know what happened, she just exploded. He tells it well. He's had practice. He's not building a bridge back to you. He's building a jury. Day 7. He tries the old thread. Bounces. Checks your story. Nothing loads. Checks from the other account, the one you don't know about. Nothing. And here's where he's different from a normal ex. A normal man feels a drop in his chest. This one feels a door slam in a house he thought he owned. He doesn't say, I miss her. He says, she's going to regret this. Hold on to that sentence. You'll hear it again around day 90. Day 12. He checks your profile again. 4th time today. He'd never admit that. You've posted nothing, and the silence is starting to itch. Most men can survive being hated. This kind can survive almost anything, except one thing. Losing the ability to reach you. Not you. The reach. Day 14. 2 weeks. You cried on 4 of those days. 2 of them, you told nobody. And tonight, he makes his first real move. Not to you. Around you. He messages your closest friend. But listen carefully to the wording because this is the whole playbook in one line. He doesn't say, I miss her. He says, I'm honestly worried about her. She hasn't been herself lately. You hear what that is? He's not asking about you. He's pre-poisoning the well. If you tell people what he did, he's already framed it. She's not well. Your friend screenshots it to you within the hour. And now your thumb is hovering over his name. Because being called unstable by the person who made you unstable is the oldest trick there is. What you do on day 14 decides who you are on day 60. And on his side of the city, he's just getting started. Day 15. You didn't unblock him. Barely. So he escalates. From perimeter to recruitment. Mutual friends start acting strange. Someone invites you out and he happens to be mentioned 4 times. Someone else goes quiet on you. They've heard the version where you're the villain. This has a shape, and once you see the shape, it stops working. He can't reach you, so he's reaching the people around you. Every one of them is a phone he's borrowing to call you. Don't defend yourself to the jury. Defending is what he wants. It makes you look exactly like his story. Stay boring. We broke up. I'm good. Boring is bulletproof. Day 21. Remember the hand that reaches for the phone every morning? It's slowing down. You caught yourself today. Phone in hand, no reason. And you put it down. Face down. Small thing. It isn't small. Day 25. This is the week somebody defends him to your face. He cried when he talked about you. He seemed devastated. I need you to understand something about those tears. They're real. That's the confusing part. He is devastated. The way a man is devastated when his car gets repossessed. It's real grief. It's just not grief about you. Sad is not the same as changed. He isn't sorry about how he treated you. He's sorry it stopped working. Day 30. First full night of real sleep. You didn't even notice. That's how healing works. It doesn't announce itself. Meanwhile, he goes public. Not the gym photo. That's amateur hour. He posts the sad quote. The "you never know what someone's going through" story. He's playing the wounded one, in public, for an audience of one. Aimed at nobody means aimed at you. And every mutual who likes it is, to him, a vote against you. You're not watching the show. You're asleep. That's the review he can't survive. Day 40. And there it is. You wake up, make coffee, get halfway through it, and realize you never checked. The hand finally stopped reaching. 39 days. On his end, the math is turning bad. The jury is bored. The sad posts are getting 11 likes. Your friend answered his last message with one word. And a man who was letting you calm down is now, at 2 in the morning, doing the thing he'd never admit. Scrolling a year back through your photos on the account you don't know about. Day 60. 2 months. You laughed today. A real one. The ugly kind. You wore something he would have made a comment about. No one commented. It felt like flying. You think the hard part is over. It's not. Because there's a message in his drafts folder. It's been there a week. He keeps opening it, editing one word, closing it. He's not editing it to be honest. He's editing it to be effective. You should know what it says. You will. Day 68. It's a Tuesday. 11:47 at night. Your phone lights up with a number you don't recognize. I know you blocked me. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm not the same person. You know I never meant to hurt you. I just need to say one thing. 68 days of work and 4 sentences from a stranger's number put you right back in that 2 a.m. kitchen. Every line of that message was engineered. I'll prove it to you. But to do that, I have to tell you something about me.
Look at the time it arrived.
11:47 at night. Now the message. 4 sentences. 4 tools. I've been doing a lot of thinking. No apology. Just the costume of one. I'm not the same person. A claim with no evidence. 68 days after the last evidence. You know I never meant to hurt you. That word, no, is him reaching for the controls again. Telling you what's in your own head. That's the exact move you blocked him for. And I just need to say one thing. The open door. The hook. There's no question in that message. Nothing about how you are. It's not a letter. It's a key. Testing whether the lock still turns. How do I know? Because I've been him. The small version. Years ago, a different woman, same silence. 11:47 at night. I sent almost that exact text. And when she replied, I felt better. And I was gone again within a week. The reply doesn't buy you closure. It sells him relief. So here's day 68, the real version. You read it maybe 30 times. You type, you delete. Phone face up on the bed, glowing like a wound. Don't decide never. Never is too heavy to lift at midnight. Decide not tonight. You can answer him tomorrow with the lights on. And in the morning, with the lights on, you read it once more and you see it. 4 sentences, and not one of them is, I'm sorry. You don't reply. That night was the whole war. Everything after it is just the news arriving. Day 90. No reply came. And this is where the mask doesn't slip. It comes off. A second message arrives. Same number. Listen carefully because he's about to hand you a gift. Wow. I pour my heart out and you can't even respond. Everyone was right about you. Good luck finding someone who puts up with what I did. You're going to regret this. There it is. The sentence from day 7. She's going to regret this. 22 days between I'm not the same person and this. That's not heartbreak. That's a vending machine kicking itself because the snack didn't drop. Here's the gift part. For a year, he did this to your face and made you doubt your memory of it. Now, he's done it in writing. You're not crazy. You have a receipt. Keep it. Not to send anyone. For the nights your memory tries to soften him. Day 120. The fog does something strange as it lifts. You'll be mid-sentence telling a friend some funny story about him, and you'll stop halfway through and hear it for the first time. Wait, that wasn't normal, was it? It wasn't. The healing from this kind isn't just missing someone less. It's your own eyes coming back online. Day 180, half a year. Someone new made you laugh this week, and you caught yourself waiting for the comment, the correction, the mood. It never came. Kind people are boring like that. You're learning that calm isn't the absence of love. Calm is what love was supposed to feel like, the whole time. Day 240. Cleaning out your phone one night, you find the folder, the screenshots, the saved threads, the evidence you kept back when you thought you'd need to prove it to somebody. You read 2 of them, and the woman in those messages, apologizing for reacting, explaining her own feelings like a defendant. You don't recognize her. Good. You're not supposed to. It stopped being evidence. Now it's just history. Day 300. Here's where he is, since you've stopped checking. He's fine. That's the honest version. There's someone new, and she's getting the good months you got at the start. The flowers, the fast promises, the whole opening act. You'll want to warn her. You can't. Nobody could have warned you either. All you can do is what you did. Be the one who left, quietly, and stayed gone. And sometimes, at 11:47, he still thinks about the one who never replied. You're not his heartbreak. You're worse. You're the one the act stopped working on. Day 365. 1 year. And he reaches for you one last time, like I promised. A message through a mutual. A name on the intercom. A face across a room at someone's birthday. It finally happens. And you check yourself for the drop, the flood, the shake. Nothing. A small, polite nothing. Like passing a house you used to live in. You blocked him at 2 in the morning, 365 days ago, and you thought you were the crazy one. You weren't. You were the sane one, leaving a place where sanity was against the rules. You already knew. You just needed a man to say it.